Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Flores Gaming Channel. So as you all probably would have known, this morning a player by the name of Chitose Yuki have actually managed to get the blue Guild Wars skin for the MC, and by the way, it's a solo quest and the quest is very hard. If you haven't seen the video yet, I'll post the link in the description below, you can go and check it out. So throughout the stream, players have been saying that wow, Athena is OP and yeah, Summer Ilsa is also OP. So basically, what actually makes them so OP and when would you use them over other characters, say like Therese or Metera? Well, generally Athena and also Summer Ilsa, they're more of a sustenance character. They are more of character which you will use for solo battles when you need to win the attrition war. Because a recent boss, like for example to solo UBHL or even to solo Tiamat Malice or even to complete the Guild Wars skin final mission, the bosses have a lot of multi-attacks and most of the time they are immune to certain statuses. It can be fear, they can be immune to blind, or they can be immune to gravity and things as such. So therefore basically you need to find ways to bypass all these debuff resistance, and hence two of these characters just happen to excel at this. So let's go through Athena's skill set and break down on why she's so good in solo battles. So first of all, we can see from her Ogi effect that all allies will gain 15% fire attack up upon casting. So this 15% fire attack up is actually augmented by Shiva, because Shiva gives all fire attack up boosts another 30% on top of it. So basically this converts into a 45% attack up boost, and on top of that you get a 70% chance of having a 30% armored effect, which basically means that all incoming damage will be reduced by 30%, which is already basically like a cut. Yeah. So second of all, her first skill itself has a 40% wind cut, and it has wind switch and also refresh. So basically wind switch is very important because fire takes less damage from wind, and also that new bosses like UBHL, bosses like Tiamat Malice, and even the final Guild War mission, they have bosses that hits not only in one single element but a multiple element. For example, UBHL hits all 6 elements and the Guild War mission hits all 6 elements. Tiamat Malice actually hits 2 elements. For example, the fire element, the dark element and also the wind element. When Tiamat Malice is dying, especially at a 10% trigger, she will cast Malicious Cyclonic Destruction, and then basically her charge bar will reset and she will cast this again another 2 times in a row. So basically you will have 2 huge dark AoE damage, and if you don't have any fire switch, you'll be wind switch, you'll be extremely painful to take the damage head on. And also having wind cut on top of that will reduce the incoming damage, and having a refresh as a skill basically means that you can have up to 3 stacks of refresh. Your first refresh will be skill based refresh. Your second refresh will be from your Ogi, your main hand Hollow Spear Ogi effect, which will give you another Revitalize effect. And your third refresh will come from Lucifer Summon, if you actually have a Lucifer Summon FLB. So basically from this you have 3 sources of refreshes, and this sustains the HP of your fire party and keeps you going on for difficult solo battles. So second of all, Tetradic. So this skill has a 5 hit and basically has a damage cap, and it also infects stackable defense down. This stackable defense down is very important because certain bosses, they do not receive the effect of Miserable Miss. So casting Miserable Miss will do nothing on it. So stackable defense down or stackable attack down is the only way besides elemental attack and defense down to inflict defense down and attack down debuffs on the boss so that they don't hit you so hard. And also it burns the foe so that Athena will actually get 30% boost to CA damage and also 10% boost to CA damage cap against those foes. Second of all, what's good about this skill is that her passive, basically when she attacks, this stacks rises by 1. So when the stacks becomes 5, every time she gets attacked by anything single target AoE, she will basically hit back with another Tetradichum at the end of the turn. So this damage can go up to around 2 million if you are on element and if you do increase your skill damage cap and such. So third of all, Glare of Gavkos. Glare of Gavkos actually is also another very important attrition skill because it not only inflicts DA down, blinded, it also inflicts delay on foes as well. So basically, let's say you are fighting Tiamat Malice, and at the end of the battle, usually your gravity will tend to miss and she will only be at 1 charge turn. So 1 charge turn is very painful if you don't have any methods of delaying the boss. So basically, Anira and Athena will greatly help you on this aspect. Okay. So as for her extended mastery perks, you generally want to take things like increased charge bar so you can cycle Ogi faster, give your party more fire attack boost. And I do not really recommend taking hostility up even though you can stack your Goddess Wrath faster, because that will make your damage distribution in your party unbalanced. So Athena will generally be the first to fall if you actually do that, and it's not recommended to have Athena to fall. I would actually prefer Shiva or Anira to fall because in solo battles, Athena is actually more important than either one of them. Which is not to say they are not important, but just that Athena is more important in that aspect. Alright, so let's move on to Summer Ilsa. What makes Summer Ilsa so great is the fact that Summer Ilsa has this very good skill which basically paralyzes the foe when they use a special attack. So this is a local paralyze, but let's go through one by one. So her Ogi itself already has a mode bar card. So when the opponent is on overdrive, you can actually use when she casts the Ogi, the boss will break faster, which is good because bosses generally hit the hardest at overdrive. Second of all, her first skill inflicts accuracy lowered on boss. So generally blind blind can reduce blind can cause opponent's normal attack to miss, but with this, even the special attack of bosses has chance to miss. So this is actually very good because sometimes if you're lucky enough, the boss can actually happen to miss their special attack, which makes her very good for attrition battle. And once again, like Athena, she also inflicts defense down, which is stackable, so it's good for bosses that has high resistance. Basically, you can just keep on trying until the defense down stacks up to a 50% maximum. And she also gains the HVAP round, so at the end of the turn you actually get splash damage. By the way, this splash damage combined with Athena's splash damage is actually very high. You can reach up to values of 2.8 million, something like that. So it's basically free damage for you. And third of all, like I mentioned earlier, she can actually causes the opponent to be paralyzed, have a local paralyzed effect if they happen to trigger the special attack, and if the paralyze actually lands, it can save you a lot of turn. Like for example, one of my video where I solo Tiamat Malice, I'll also post in the link in description. Tiamat Malice can actually cast her special 2 times in a row, because at the 10% she will cast Malicious Cyclonic Destruction, then her charge bar will be full again, and she'll actually charge it, and she'll actually cast it the next turn again, which is a very painful dark Ogi effect. But with Ilsa, you can actually have a chance to paralyze it, and you have 2 extra turns. 2 extra turns is very important because you can use that 2 extra turns to set up, to ready back your party's CD, to cast another summon skill which can actually damage cut, so on and so forth. The combos are actually endless, and the opportunity is also endless. So yeah, basically her support skill is also very good. She gains a 20% boost to base debuff success rate when the opponent is normal. When the opponent is overdrive, she actually gains a 20% boost in attack, and when the opponent is break, she also gains a 10% boost to double attack rate and 10% boost to triple attack rate. Basically, general all-rounder Athena and Ilsa are very good offensive as well as defensive unit, because they can control the tide of the battle if used correctly. And also, anytime your ally casts any of their skill, they will gain a 3% fire attack up, which stacks up to a maximum of 30%, and this is of course once again augmented by Shiva. So basically it will be theoretically up to 60% if you can stack it 10 times. And also her EMP basically can stack her HVAP round effect. So at the end of the turn, you have a chance of extending by 1 turn. So basically you can keep on extending it if you're lucky enough to gain the splash damage at the end of every turn. So yeah, basically for her EMP, I'll recommend you to take the support skill, take the debuff success, take the skill damage cap up, and the rest you can throw to, for example, triple attack, critical hit, and things like such. So yeah, that's the reason why Athena and Summer Ilsa is so core for solo battles, and I would actually won't hesitate to rate them the 10 over 10 for solo content. So yeah, if you're actually an aspiring fire meme, you want to use fire for all contents, you want to be a strong fire lord like Chitose Yuki, yeah, feel free to, you know, subtick Athena when she appears. Feel free to link stick Ilsa or get her during the next special ticket, whenever that is, maybe the 6th anniversary ticket. I don't know if she'll actually be obsolete by then, but yeah, it's an option. So yeah, once again, that's all for it. It's been long, but thanks for staying with me. So yeah, if you actually like it, thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you all next time.